Thank you so much for all your amazing advice on this video, by the way. While that situation is still going on, obviously, I'll keep things in the background, but I do want to ask for some hindsight advice. You guys seem to think like the same kind of way my friends do, so I want to get your advice on this situation. There's already in the past, it's very much water under the bridge, but it was wild, so I need to tell you about it. So all this happened to our friend we will call Penny. So Penny was with this one guy for years, and he wasn't really a part of our friendship group. He didn't like us. He said we were too much, apparently, but he wasn't like completely reclusive. Like, he came to parties, events, occasions, but we didn't know him like that, you know? So Penny's boyfriend is this guy we will call Adam. Now, they've been together a few years at this point. Penny's living in like shared accommodation, HMO kind of thing after uni, and she hates it. I don't know if she was coming to the end of a lease, but she was getting to the point where she wanted to ask Sam about the possibility of them moving in together. Like, they've been together 4 or 5 years by that point. It just was the natural progression, you know? But she always felt this trepidation in broaching the subject matter with Adam because it felt like there was just zero desire to do anything like that on his part. Which is weird enough, right? When you've been with someone for like a year, at least, you start like talking about your future, and if moving out and living together isn't one of those things, it just gets a bit weird. You're like, what are we doing then, the fuck? Penny had said to us she was trying to start having these conversations with Adam, and every time it was an immediate shutdown, like instantly. God, like, it's so expensive to do that in London. Like, we just can't even think about that right now. God, it's stressing me out, you wanting to have this conversation so much. And Penny's getting really, really frustrated because it's not the fact that he might not be ready to do it yet. It's about the fact that he didn't even want to have a conversation with her. She said, I'm starting to exhibit behavior that I don't like because I'm starting to feel like, what is wrong with me? Why doesn't my boyfriend want to live with me? And she would get really emotional about it, obviously. And as her friends and as people, we kind of just sat down with her and went, well, let's think of all the reasons why Adam might be nervous, anxious, like really insecure or uncomfortable to talk about this kind of thing. Let's put ourselves in his shoes for a sec, because she is the emotional one with the attachment to the situation. Me and our other friends were like, well, is it something that maybe we don't know about Adam? Like, could it be like such a financial decision is really triggering to him, very stressful? We don't know what anyone's been through, right? But we gave Penny like that to think about, and she was like, oh God, like it really could be that I could be being really selfish here, and this could be something that really is triggering for him. I didn't know that. Like, there you go, Penny. There we go. It's all nice to discuss things with your friends so that then the person involved in the situation can look upon what's going on with a bit more perspective, okay? We're not just around here bitching about our friend's boyfriends because she's got something to say about it, okay? If there is a discussion to be had, we will have it. Like, well, you didn't think of that, did you, Penny? So maybe that's why Adam feels that way, okay? We're normal people, okay? No one's sat around demonizing men. That doesn't happen. Our perspective in this situation really gave Adam the benefit of the doubt, and Penny was like, God, no, I really need to do that for him as well. Before this little conversation, she had come round mine and my best friend's house. So me and my best friend were living together, and she came round to discuss with us. And we all lived like close enough to each other. Like, parts of London, like, they're really not that big, okay? You can walk around to each other's houses. So she's like, I'm gonna walk straight to Adam's house. I'm gonna walk to his house and let him know that, like, there's no rush, there is no pressure. I don't even need to have these conversations now. I just want to know that those conversations can happen in the future, but it doesn't need to be now. No pressure. I love you. And she's like reinvigorated with this new sense of love for her boyfriend, because she's just like felt this sense of emotional connection with him. Through us, though, not through him, by the way. And then Penny finds out Adam has a girlfriend. A new one. Dead ass serious. I am dead ass serious. This is what happens when you give men the benefit of the doubt, okay? Stop doing it. So I don't think she told Adam that she was heading over. She was popping round for this little conversation. So when she gets there, his roommate opens the door and is like, Adam, the blonde one's here. Blonde one. Are you collecting them in every colour, Adam, the fuck? So she goes into his house, and Adam's basically packing up his whole life. The kitchen, boxes, all of Adam's stuff. Plates, cutlery. In the bedroom, boxes. Bed frame, gone. And at this point, I really think Adam just went, oh, okay, I'm caught, so I'm not going to sugarcoat anything anymore. Bear in mind, his version of sugarcoating it was just packing up and running away. So this next bit was pretty brutal. He said to her, he said, Penny, I don't normally believe in like things happening for a reason, but I do find it really strange that about 6 months ago, when you started talking about us moving out and getting our own place, was the exact same day I started talking to my high school girlfriend again. I'm sorry, whomst? Penny says about this high school girlfriend, they were together from when they were 12. until like a week before he went to uni, which was where he met Penny. So what? 7 years, 6 years. And about 6 months before, Adam had gone home to visit friends and family in his hometown, and who did he run into? And Adam suddenly decided now was the time to be upfront about things. He said, yeah, we just talked every day and I'm going back there now. I'm not laughing. It's not funny. It's just an involuntary spasm at this point in reaction to this behavior. Oh my God. So he's just yammering now, and he says to Penny, like, I don't know what I was going to do, but when I pretty much knew I was going to go back home and be with her, and I was looking for an excuse to crop up to break up with you, and then when one didn't happen, I was going to make one up. So I think Adam's been monologuing for a few minutes now, and Penny finally cuts in with, so what? What were you going to tell me? You're packing up. Were you going to tell me before you left? Were you going to go home and let me know there? What was going to happen here? And this man, this expired jar of mayonnaise says this. Well, I can't remember if I told you about my granddad dying. So I was just going to say that was the reason I went home, and then make up something else later as to why I stayed. Oh, goodness me. She said she just turned around in a sort of trance and left. Like, as soon as he said that, she was just like, bye. By the time she had made it home, we were all getting very frantic texts and very frantic voice notes of the whole situation. So me, being a good friend, I immediately go onto Facebook and Instagram to try and find Adam's high school girlfriend. This man made such short work of this. By 10 minutes after Penny had left his house, we were all blocked. Just me, not just the girly friends, the girls, the gays, and the theys. We were all blocked. I see why Adam thought we were too much. Yeah, because if you got close enough, we would have seen through this bullshit. So I guess my advice is, how do we stop making excuses for this shitty behavior in the first place? What was my first point of call? But maybe there's a reason. I feel bad. I'm the one that actively championed this man. I was like, no, give him the benefit of the doubt, babes. How do I forgive myself? Penny's fine, by the way. She felt free. She felt this sense of freedom as soon as she walked away from the house. So honestly, bullet dodged. No. Hi, Emily, it's Kat. What did you say? I said no. To whatever you're going to ask, it's no. Emily, I know it's your day off and everything, but work is work, okay? And we need you to come in. No. No, I have very important things going on. Okay, what could possibly be more important than your job? Let me have a look. Yeah, no, I can't leave. No. Hi, Emily, it's Kat. What did you say? I said no. To whatever you're going to ask, it's no. Emily, I know it's your day off and everything, but work is work, okay? And we need you to come in. No. No, I have very important things going on. Okay, what could